want to remarry. I only want to play ball. Welcome to episode 3.
That was disgusting. Frankly, I'm
All right.
appalled.
Well, to be Larry. Anyway.
Oh, we're starting?
Yeah, we're starting.
Oh, okay.
Get your act together.
Alright. Okay, I'm good.
All right.
Bruh.
Welcome to episode 3 of Schlump Cast. Today is not going to be like the other 2 episodes. We're going to talk about other issues.
Like your feelings and
Dude, I'm already crying.
Okay. So, one of the first topics we had briefly discussed before starting the recording was emergency foods or foods on a budget, or like some of the weirdest like amalgamations you've put together since college or otherwise. Does any of you want to take initiative on this topic?
yes. One thing comes to mind, and I made this, I would say within the first week of quarantine. I think I was like home alone or something, and there wasn't much in the fridge, except for like a full drawer in the fridge of like random cheeses. And
No.
then in the drawer next to it, there's a bunch of tortillas. And then I put one and one together and made cheese tortillas.
Yo.
That's
Dude,
like
I have the worst gas.
that like is the most normal sounding thing in the world.
No, it's
What you've essentially made is a quesadilla.
well, no. He's talking about like a roll-up.
It's microwaved.
Wait, so you threw like American cheese, and like just amalgam. Wait, what kind of cheese?
Not only American.
What kind of cheese did you put in there?
Cheddar and mozzarella, and I think American as well.
Okay, that's not
Okay.
terrible. Nah, you gotta do some
Pretty
weird
good.
shit like put like blue cheese and like goat ricotta or something like that.
You think I have that in my household?
You right.
Yeah, I just gotta ferment the goat milk.
Speaking of cheese, can we just talk about how much provolone just smells?
You know, I actually don't have a lot of experience with provolone.
Bruh.
I don't have any qualms with provolone.
Okay, so I'm gonna go on a quick story here. My mom was like, "Hey, one of my friends bought like a block of provolone, like not like the little bars that you get from the store. She had like a freaking 20-pound block of provolone or something like that." And
Nice.
she goes to meet with her, and then she comes home and she just has like these big like gallon Ziploc bags, and I was like, "Mom, what's in those?" She's like, "Oh, it's cheese," and she was like, "I think it's mozzarella." I walk up to those bags and I smell them. It's like, "Mom,
no.
this is not mozzarella cheese."
Ew.
And she was like, "Well, what is it? It's white, and it melts pretty nice." And I was like, "Mom, this is provolone. This is what goes in like your Subway sandwich." And she was like, "Oh." Lo and behold,
so-
the next day, she's putting it in like really weird things. She's like
So
because we have so much of it. She's just trying to figure out what to put it in. And I was like, "Mom, the kitchen smells like shit. It just smells like literal
Oh,
fart.
no.
It smells like old soggy fart." If that could like describe.
Oh, dude.
Ew. Wait, so she like melted the provolone?
Right. So if you melt provolone, so okay, provolone in like what is it? Regular amounts, like say a couple slices on your Subway sandwich, and then you toast it. It's not gonna smell that much, and in fact, you probably barely notice it. But in large quantities, like I say, like a pound at a time, holy shit! I've never wanted to like vomit after smelling cheese, but Jesus Christ.
Mm.
Yikes.
Anyways, that was my small rant about provolone cheese.
Bro, that's... You know, I actually don't have a cheese story. Like, yes, I do. Never mind. I remember, and I promise we'll get back to the fucking prompt. But uh, in first grade, I was on a run of like only eating cheese sandwiches for a while.
Yes,
Like I
sir.
don't,
Ooh.
yeah, it's like in hindsight, it's kind of like, I mean, whatever. I enjoyed myself. It was fine. I was really digging cheese sandwiches for a string of time, and so like every day I would bring in a cheese sandwich from home to have for lunch, and like, obviously you got the ice pack and stuff. We're not out here being heathens, but um, there was one time after lunch, a particularly hot day, like right after lunch was recess. And so um we go to recess and we're having a ball. I'm running around doing kid things. I don't like just running aimlessly. And it's about 10 minutes. I'm getting really hot and I'm not feeling too well. And on our playground there was always a line for two of the slides. There was a giant yellow plastic one that spiraled around, and there was a smaller metal one that was like fun to just like jump down and dive through or whatever. And so we were all in line for the silver slide, and I feel a disturbance,
Uh oh.
Oh
and
no.
I I burp. I'm like, okay, all right, I don't know what that was. Next thing I remember, I turn around and I just vom everywhere. Like,
Disgusting.
so if you
Mm.
can imagine like a multi-platformed like piece of playground equipment, at the top of this thing, it was this like the slide. I was on the top platform and I just threw up all over the platform directly underneath it.
No.
I I like remember this so vividly because it not only like scarred me a little bit because I was like, holy shit, I just threw up in front of everybody at recess, and like definitely ruined the fucking play, not ruined the playground, but you know what I mean? Like
It like
The
ruined
experience.
recess.
I ruined recess by throwing up everywhere. But it also scarred me because now the smell of the cafeteria frightened me for months. Like I was like, I don't want to go in the cafeteria. I'm gonna throw up again. And I swore on everything I was allergic to like cheese sandwiches and shit. And I
Oh
was
my
like, I'm
gosh.
not gonna like. It ruined cheese sandwiches for me. It ruined the cafeteria for me, and it didn't. It took me until like midway through the year because this was like at the very beginning of the year. I want to say, and so it took me like until midway through the year to finally like not be so repulsed by the cafeteria because I just like thought every time I stepped foot in there I would throw up.
Mm.
I don't know if that's like. I don't know. I feel like it'd be better if you shit your pants.
I I haven't. Speaking of,
Oh
Hmm.
no.
We might as
I'm
well go
glad.
into it.
Uh, I, this one's like a really short story. And this was all in elementary school. I'm glad that I had all of this stuff happen to me in elementary school because, geez. But I mean, this one was really short. We were in third grade, and my friends and I were like seeing who could fart the loudest. As you do.
What the fuck? I don't like where this is going.
Mm.
I take my turn. I take my turn. It was pretty. It wasn't as loud as I wanted, and it produced a little bit more than I wanted. And I think that's all I'll say for that.
Okay,
I don't know
dude.
if I want to talk about food anymore.
Emergency
Anyways,
food. Now that we've talked about this.
so blah, blah, before we went on that tangent about cheese and poop, um, is there, did you have something to say about like poor man's meals?
Me?
Yeah.
Um, not not really. I have like some things I'll do. I will take a jar of peanut butter and dip Oreos in them.
Oh,
It's so good.
I mean,
But
that's
you can
pretty
only eat
sick,
like
dude.
two.
I'll probably like throw up, or I won't even throw up. I'll just get like a headache from eating
You
one.
okay? You can, yeah. You should only eat like one or two if you're doing that because it's so like thick and like you feel like you're just ingesting sugar at that point.
Uh-huh.
So I like, I'll take an Oreo, dip it in peanut butter, and I'm like, all right, well this is nice.
I wouldn't call that like a poor man's emergency food or something like that, though.
I don't think I have like a poor man's. I've lived off of Chipotle for the
Chipotle.
past year and a half. Almost 2 years actually. Oh my goodness.
Service announcement: Chipotle is emergency poor man food.
Yep. It's emergency poor man $10 food.
I feel like that's like the worst. That's like the worst efficiency.
Oh, it's not great.
Anyways, I guess I'll talk about stuff that I do. I actually have a couple things, mainly because as a hobby of mine, I do cook. So I do end up doing stuff like I like. There are times in which in my bank account there will be like 30 cents, and I'll be like, oh, or at least
Okay,
before
that's cool.
before I started working, but so before. Like in my area, there's like a shop. There used to be a Shoppers. It closed recently, but some of the jankiest shit I would do is I'd actually dumpster dive for, and it wouldn't be for like, it wouldn't be for like.
Define dumpster.
So there's a dumpster behind the store,
Oh.
of this Shoppers, right? And so this is when I was like in like middle school, elementary school, borderline. And so I was just being stupid, and I'm like, oh, look, food. But they would do this thing where they would always throw out donuts, and it would be the donuts that they couldn't sell at the end of the day. So I would, like, sneak by, like, I don't know, either really early in the morning the next day or, like, at 10 at night. Or 10 or 11 at night where they'd, like, be throwing shit away. And it was always a Tuesday night that they did this. But they would always throw away like 3 or 4 boxes of donuts, and I wasn't the only one who did this. FYI, so there was.
Oh,
Wait,
man.
wait. Can we set the mood?
What do you mean set? Okay. Anyways, so I'd always get there like first, but I'd always have to like try to be out of the sight of like the guy throwing the food away. So, oh my god, I think his name was we called him G, and so we'd always be like,
Okay.
watch out for G, and so he'd step out and he'd throw it away, and he'd always look around to make sure no one's around when he does this, and then he goes back in, and then that's when we strike. So imagine like like an overweight fifth or sixth grader, just sprinting towards a dumpster, and just donut.
Oh my gosh.
And I remember getting in trouble. Not, I got in trouble with my mom mostly, but I know that the guy knows, because I'll go inside like the Shoppers store to like buy like regular groceries. And I would see the guy who else throws out. I would always see G, and fuck, the man is like always staring at me because he knows. He's like looking at me with these beady eyes, but then like we do our groceries, and then he just leave us alone. One day he caught me. I started running, and he comes right back out the door, and he's like staring right at me. I was like, ah! And so. Ever since that day, I couldn't do it, and that was like seventh grade, and so I did that for 2 years on most Tuesdays, most Tuesdays and like Wednesday mornings, but yeah, that's like one poor, like super like desperate kind of like poor thing I did, or poor man's, I need food, but also donut.
Right.
It's very thrifty.
Anyways.
I don't know. I think I'm trying to like think about like the most treacherous things I've done in terms of like stuff like that. I don't think I've ever tried to like pull a fast one on people like that.
I mean, I don't think that
And
was.
it's not even like pulling a fast one. That's like he's throwing out garbage essentially, and you're redistributing the wealth. And
Oh
by
no, I
that
did
I
not
mean,
redistribute that. I ate all of it, and I suffer to this day because of it.
oh no,
But that's besides the point. Um,
that's interesting though.
it's something I think a lot about whenever I think of like do I really like sweets or do I really like donuts? And then I always think about the dumpster donuts.
The dumpster donut. Oh, that's funny. Hmm. Do we have anything more to add in terms of emergency food?
Hmm.
I don't think so.
Trying to
I don't
think.
really do anything too extreme, you know.
I think the most I do, and I wouldn't even say this is emergency food, but I make my own like bacon, egg, and cheese like bagels.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Those are, I think they're very good. I also, I also have this device, not really a device, more like a bowl in my house. It is branded with Top Ramen. It is a little microwavable bowl that you just place the block in, and then you fill it to a line with water, and you put it in a microwave. And 3.5 minutes go by, and you've got a piping bowl of hot ramen.
Nice.
And I I feel awful every time I eat it, but also it is the easiest thing in the world to make. Like I don't even have to boil water. I can just pop it in a microwave, feel the radiation enter my bloodstream, and go about my day and chug a lot of water because that is a whole lot of sodium
It indeed
in.
is.
Yeah. But
Actually,
yeah.
since we're on the topic of like fast eats, but like on the cheap, this
Mm.
is a recipe that I learned from my mom because this is what she did in college, and I'm Asian, so yeah, I'm Asian, but a lot of what she did in college was like she'd cook an egg and then put it over like a bowl of rice and then throw like soy sauce and like sesame seed oil over it, and she said it costs literally like less than $1 to make. And so for me, like sometimes what I'll do is I'll like get home from school or something, and it's just like, man, there's no food in the fridge, but we do have an egg and rice, and then and soy sauce, sesame seed oil, and then it just be I throw that in a bowl, and then I eat that. Um,
Oh,
yeah, if you really want to
that's
save, yeah, if you want to really want to pinch pennies, that's probably what I would do for like the rest of my days. But
for the rest of time.
I mean, I don't think I have to pinch
That
pennies.
sounds good.
Yeah. Oh no, it's great. Um, I mean, if I guess if you wanted to be healthier, you could use brown rice, but still, it's just like give or take about the same thing.
Right. Actually, well, on the topic of breakfast, there was something that I did. It was kind of like a makeshift breakfast. Um, on Sundays, it's kind of like quote unquote tradition to cook a big breakfast, and we'll have like a lot of extra like meats and stuff like sausage and bacon left over for like a day or two.
Nice.
And so what I do is like on the Tuesday or something after, I'll come out, I'll get myself a bowl, crack a couple eggs, fry them up, take the breakfast meats. And do you guys know about the trick for microwaving food?
Like you wait, so
No.
There's a trick.
for
So
well, it
what I
depends
do,
on what it is though.
I mean, it's a trick to make sure things don't dry up.
Oh, isn't it like you put like a cup of water in like the microwave with it or something like that?
So what I've been doing is I put like a wet paper towel in there, just so that
Mm.
like I'm not like pouring out an entire like cup of boiling water every time.
Mm.
And it does the trick pretty well because all the steam rises from that paper towel and just kind of like heats everything up. And like I've noticed a big difference in like heating up bacon and like sausage and stuff in the microwave with a paper towel that's been wet versus no paper towel. And that's been a life changer. It's been a game changer, I should
Mhm.
say.
Is that like?
But
Keep going.
so I'll like heat that up. I'll heat the sausage and bacon, put the eggs in a bowl, and then chop up the throw it in the bowl, sprinkle a little bit of cheese, and there you go. Breakfast bowl.
You know what
Nice.
that sounds like? Have you guys ever heard of what? Have you ever heard of a garbage plate?
I think
It's like
Yeah.
so. For those of you that don't know, it's essentially just like a plate, and you just throw shit like the most unhealthy shit you can on it. But like, it's like, oh, I saw like a Guy Fieri episode on this, but like it's like a plate of like house fries, eggs, like breakfast sausages, bacon, like sausage patties, and like toast and butter. It's like the
mm,
it like I look at it and my arteries stop because I want to eat it, but I know if I eat it, I'll die. Uh,
mm,
but
dude,
no, it's
we can
great.
transition. It's amazing. It sounds really good. We can transition because I kind of want to talk about like food TV shows, if that's all right,
Okay,
Hmm.
dude. Okay, so I used to be obsessed with Man versus Food,
was that got Adam?
right?
Adam.
Okay.
Adam Rich, and dude, some of the most ridiculous stuff that I can remember. Like looking back at it now, how are these challenges? But also at the time, I'm like, holy shit, this man is eating like 10-pound burger, and I was mesmerized by this. Me in like fourth or fifth grade was absolutely mesmerized by this guy just going to city, just either like defeating the world's biggest burger or like there's one that I remember, and it's I love the ones about wings for some um all of the ones about wings were super interesting to me. And so there was one particular episode he went in and the owners of the shop like showed him what he was going to be eating. And then once cameras turned off, they put a whole lot of like ghost pepper extract in it, a whole lot of extra stuff, which is like basically just taking the spice out of like the out of the pepper and leaving no flavor and just putting a whole lot of hurt and pain inside some wings. And but the
Oh,
challenge was
vile.
also it was messed up because the challenge was under a guise of we get to pick whatever food gets sent out. And so they showed Adam like the lineup of what he could get. And they showed him this giant breakfast sandwich. They showed him a giant like um oh, what was it? It was like two giant sandwiches that he might get, a big burrito, or a plate of hellfire wings. And then they gave him the wings, obviously. And Adam ate two wings before he had to be like, no, this is like literal pain. And like once cameras stopped rolling, it like came out that like they purposely like sabotaged Adam and stuff. And like had he kept going and kept eating, Adam could have definitely been like severely injured.
Boo.
I know.
I hate that.
I don't know. It's so messed up. But like looking back, because I had no idea that that was the case. I thought they were like, oh, those are just really spicy wings. But now that I know that there's controversy behind it, it's kind of interesting.
Conspiracy theories behind eating competitions.
No, it's not even conspiracy. It's like straight up just like this happened. They tried to kill Adam.
Okay.
Or maybe not tried to kill him, but like
Like yeah, like sabotage.
sabotage like, well, I mean, they did sabotage. They ended up like they only had like maybe 2 minutes of footage to use. It was Adam eating the first wing, taking a bite of the second one, and being like, "Oh, okay, well." And then the rest of the episode was him like pacing back and forth outside and sitting in the freezer.
Mm.
Oh no.
It was ridiculous.
I'm kind of glad you brought up like competitive food eating. 'Cause I don't know if you guys know this, but at a point in time, I also ate competitively. Um,
I do remember hearing this.
Yeah.
I, I got inspired. I didn't watch Adam Ritchie per se, but I did watch like a lot of like Furious Pete, and like these YouTubers that would eat like a bunch or like eat really fast. Like I like watched them eat like a Big Mac in like a minute, and so and so I was like one day was like, you know what, I'm gonna do that. I want to be a competitive food eater, and so I after school like and this is still in middle school. After school like I would go to walk to the McDonald's like near my school, and I would buy one Big Mac almost every day.
Oh,
And I would see how fast I could eat it. I got my Big Mac time to like a minute and 12.
jeez.
And so I remember like freshman year or something like that. I was in like a science class, and it was like the end of the end of the year, and we had like a party and stuff. And so our science teacher was like, "Yeah, I'll make burgers and stuff." So he was cooking burgers. Well, some of my friends knew that I was a god at eating burgers because that's what I've mostly practiced. And so I got challenged by like 4 guys. No, not at the same time. 4 different times
Oh.
in the same day.
Oh no.
No. So I creamed all 4 of them. Like
Oh.
they didn't even stand a chance because it was like a burger with like it was like a regular burger like you get from like a barbecue, but people were like, "Yeah,
Okay.
you can't eat that burger in like a minute, right?" And I was like, "All right,
Oh.
hold my
Fair.
Diet Coke."
Oh no.
And so basically, in the span of like 30 minutes, I had eaten 4 burgers in less than like a minute and 10 seconds, and these aren't like Big Macs, so they're not that big,
Dude.
but they're like 4 burgers in the span of like. Yeah, in like 30 minutes, less than a minute and like 10. And the science teacher saw that and was like, "Jesus Christ, are you okay? Are you going to throw up?" And I was like, "No." In fact, I felt so good that I did it a 5th time. You want to know what
Dude.
happened after the 5th time?
What happened?
I almost choked.
Yeah.
After that,
I could see that.
After that, no, I didn't even. It wasn't even like throwing up. I felt great, but I almost choked. After that, I stopped. I stopped competitive eating. It was just too scary.
Was it like? I'm imagining these are like pretty dry burgers.
Yeah, no, these are like the barbecue. The guy on the grill is like a single man, and he just graduated college.
Okay.
So,
I'm assuming, well, because I feel like he has to like make sure they're well done.
yeah,
If like, when was this? Like middle
this
school?
is like 9th grade.
9th grade. Okay. So, well, all right. I don't know, cause I'm thinking you're sitting here eating 5 just the driest burgers I can think of.
So, do you know like the technique that a lot of like competitive food eaters do, and like especially with bread,
I know from watching. Wait, what?
like stuff relating to bread.
Don't they dip it in water?
They dip it in the water cup, right?
So that's what I did. Well, instead of, because I thought that was
Oh.
nasty, I didn't dip it in the water. I was just chugging water while I ate.
Okay.
And also,
Mm.
fun fact, I can kill a bottle in less than a second.
Yeah.
I've seen
I've
people
seen
do
you.
it. I one time tried it out, and like for a week I was like trying it out, and I would just like just squeezing the entire contents of the bottle all over myself. And then one day I was like, because do you know what I'm talking about? Like the one where
Yeah,
you
like
squeeze from.
you crushed a bottle.
You crush it from the back, and you just kind of condense it forward.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Because my friend used to do that all the time. He's like, guys, excuse me, I gotta take a drink," and he would just. You're like, all right, here we go. It's like a full bottle too. Like you would hear like the of the cap, and then he just. And so I wanted to try it, and I only did it once successfully, and I haven't tried it again.
I can never try that. I just have the thought of all the water being squeezed directly into my windpipe,
Yeah.
and that is like a big no for me.
So I can also do that, the bottle thing. Um, but I will say, while I was learning it, the funniest thing that happened was I would squeeze a bottle, and I would go for try to inhale all the water basically, but it would it would come back up through my nose. So it just have you ever like jumped in like a pool, and it's just like your all of your holes, not don't take that like inappropriately, but like basically like your
Yeah, yeah,
nose
yeah,
and like
yeah.
your eyes and like your ears are like full of water. Imagine that, but the other way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Basically, you're just drowning internally.
So yeah, that was like it's like one of the it's a cool party trick. I will say that. Because I remember first party I went to, it was like one of the things I did was I just killed a bottle in less than a second. Anyways, um, I know we went on that tangent about me eating 5 burgers and almost choking, but
Food. Speaking of, unless anybody has anything else to add.
I
All
do
right, let's transition into an improv game.
uh-oh.
Okay.
I'm so excited. So, this is literally gonna be like the premise is gonna be a rip from a podcast that I had listened to. I want to do the waiter taking orders, and I want the caveat to be the waiter cannot laugh. And since there's just three of us, I figure the two customers can play two different characters so that the waiter has to take four orders. And then like as an added bonus, the waiter can recite the orders back to us.
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta get a
If
note.
that's okay.
I gotta get a note.
Another rule I think we should have
Mhm.
is the waiter cannot mute themselves.
Yeah, the waiter has to stay unmute.
Oh no.
And should
And
we set a time
um
just in case if it's like a lost cause for trying to make the waiter laugh?
I think if you know it's a lost cause, you can just transition into the next person.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so who wants to take the reins as the waiter?
We can RNG.
We could. Hold on.
Here, I'll do it now.
Okay.
John is gonna be one. Nick, you want to be 2 or 3?
I'll be two.
And it is 2. Okay, you're the
Okay.
waiter.
Sweet. All right. So the setting, we're here at Denny's, and we have a brand new menu, unlimited items per your request. So here I am, the party of 4. I'm approaching now. Hey, welcome to Denny's. We're running our new ad campaign of the unlimited items menu
Oh,
per
great.
your request. Shall we start you guys off with any drinks? Maybe should I maybe recommend the French toast today?
You know, I think I'll just
I don't know what I want, Django.
Yeah. I think I'll have a tall glass of spiders.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
I'll have a tall glass of spiders.
All right, a tall glass of spiders. Anything else?
Hold on, let me ask John. Hey John, what do you want? I think I'll have you actually.
Yeah, there it is unlimited items, but I am a person. I don't think I can be.
So you're saying
you.
that we can't be an item?
No, yeah, that is what I am saying. Yes, that is what I'm saying. I'm sorry.
You're about to make a
Any
grown.
further requests?
You're about to make a grown man cry in the middle of Denny's.
Well,
You know what?
anyway,
I'll just have a bowl of glass.
a bowl of glass. Excellent choice. To the man with the spiders, would you like a main dish or maybe a side dish as well?
I mean, I don't know. You guys
All
have
right,
any
moving on.
cactuses?
Yeah, we do. We got cactus. We got cacti in the back.
All right.
Would you like that grilled or broiled or
No, I just want cactus.
how would you like?
No, I don't want grilled. I want cactus.
All right, one cactus coming right up. And anything else to conclude your order?
No.
Okay, moving on. All right.
Hi.
Hey,
Yeah,
how you doing?
yeah, I'm doing well. I think for my drink, I'm just gonna have a boot of rattlesnake skin.
A boot of rattlesnake skin. Excellent, sure.
And then my buddy. Hey, what do you? Yeah, I'll have the lotion.
The lotion. Any particular flavor?
Strawberry.
Strawberry lotion. Excellent choice. To the man with the rattlesnake. Ooh, excuse me. The rattlesnake skin. Would you like that on the side of a main dish today?
Um, yeah, I'll have the rattlesnake.
The rattlesnake on the side of rattlesnake skin. What a pairing. Would that be on? Will that
That's
be
actually the same rattle. So,
the same
so the
rattlesnake?
rattlesnake that shedded its skin into my boot is the one that I'm eating.
All right, so we'll go in the back and we will find a shedding rattlesnake and we'll bring it out to you.
Great.
Would you like any sides for that, or maybe a dessert?
Yeah, I'll have some Furby on the side.
Furbies, cool. Would you like them prepared a certain way?
No.
Okay, I'll just bring you out some Furbies.
Jesus.
All right, to the deep voiced gentleman that ordered the, if I remember this correctly, wanted me.
Yes, I do want you.
Would you like a main dish?
Do you have any circle?
We have circles. Yes, we have
No,
circles
no,
in the
no.
back.
I didn't ask for circles. I asked if you had circle.
We have a wide variety of circle. Would you like that big or small or
I want circle.
somewhere in the middle?
Actually, I want blue.
All right. You sure you don't want circle? I mean, we have blue.
No, now I want. Now, see, now you're picking for me. Now I want gray.
All right, gray coming right up. And would you like a side with that?
Square!
We got a gray with a side of square. Anything else?
No, thank you.
All right, sweet. And last but certainly not least, is the deep voiced gentleman right across from him that wanted the strawberry lotion.
Yeah.
What would you like? Would you like a main dish?
Yeah, I'll have the LKEZH2OLZS8WSL filtered drinking fountain with bottle filling station.
Excellent choice. What else? Would you like a? You have a choice of two sides with that.
Yeah, 2 water bottles.
Oh my
Would
god.
you like a dessert maybe as well?
Would I like a
A dessert.
Yeah, can I get those packets of powder of lemon powder that I put in my water bottles to make it lemonade?
You sure you don't want just 2 water bottles of lemonade in that case?
Nope. The
All
powder's
right.
my dessert.
Customer's always right. Okay. Is would there be anything else for the table? Maybe some appetizers?
Yeah, we'll just have a side of fries.
All right. So, if I got this all correctly, John, was it? You wanted the cactus
Yeah.
with a tall glass of spider.
Yeah.
I don't think I asked you if you wanted a side of anything.
Yeah.
All right, and to the man across from you, you wanted the boot of rattlesnake skin with a rattlesnake.
Yeah, can I actually get a side with my order?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'll have the Komatsu PC 200 LC-7 excavator tractor dozer diesel used heat all glass cabs.
Is this what's gonna happen?
Yeah, of course, we got that.
Oh, great.
Perfect. All right, so
Can I
you'll
get some
have the
ketchup as well?
yeah, of course. Yeah. So you wanted
Thank you.
the rattlesnake skin on the side of a rattlesnake and the forgive me if I forgot. The compact all right, so the man across from him, he wanted me. I declined. He wanted gray with a side of square. Did you want
Yeah.
anything to drink?
Wait, I thought he wanted blue.
Yeah. Wait.
No,
What?
he changed his mind
No.
because
Oh.
apparently I was ordering for him.
You're dumb. I'm not.
Sir, may I ask why you're crying?
He called me your.
All right, and the man across from him wanted the strawberry lotion
Yep.
and the. Ooh, Lord, forgive me if I forgot already. The the water fountain with a lot of letters and numbers, with 2 water bottles and 2 packets of lemon powder.
Yeah, let me just say that water fountain specification again. The LKEZH2O LZS8WSLP Next Generation Water Bottle Refilling Station, comma, wall mount, comma.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to wait. Actually, I don't think you're gonna have to repeat that because you wanted the LK Easy H2O. Let me remember this. You wanted the LK Easy H2O LZS8WSLK filtered drinking water fountain with bottle filling station.
No, that is the LZS8WSLP Next Generation.
My apologies.
Someone
I will
help.
get you the LK Easy H2O LZS8WSLP
Please
next
help.
generation water bottle refilling station. That is $1,000.
Yep.
All right. I will bring that right.
Don't forget my lotion and water bottles and lemon powder.
I definitely will. And scene. Jesus Christ.
What the fuck?
Well,
I I was like doing pretty okay until the fucking water bottle, the water fountain. I was like, I was really trying not to. Like, and then you're. Would you want a side of? You're like, yeah, 2 water bottles.
Oh man. Oh, that was good. Okay, so me and John are gonna be are in contention to be waiters next, right?
Yeah. So
Sure,
I
unless
guess
you want to change the scenario a tad bit.
I guess we're just gonna flip a coin this time.
What'd you have in mind?
No, I said flip a coin to see who's the waiter.
Hmm.
Jimmy,
Do
heads
we,
or tails?
I don't know. Wait,
Because Nick,
do
you
we
already...
want to change the scenario real quick?
The scenario? I mean, we can.
Like, because unless you guys both want to be waiters for the scenario.
I mean, we don't have to be. Like, wait. So, there was one where there was a waiter. What's the other one?
The other one that was included in the podcast episode was like, oh, there was one about a trial, and there was one about a interrogation. An interrogation.
I like the try.
The trial.
The trial.
So, is that like...
Okay, so somebody's the judge, somebody is the defendant's lawyer, and somebody's the defendant.
I don't know.
So judge, lawyer, and defendant.
Yes.
Okay. Same numbers. Do you all remember? This one is for judge.
Well, I'm one next to you.
One.
And you're
So
three.
that is John.
Oh.
John, you're the judge.
John, you're the judge. Next is defendant.
Mm-hmm.
That is 2. So Nick is the defendant,
Yes.
and I'm the lawyer.
Yes. All right.
So do I have to make up do I have to basically make up the crime?
You do whatever you feel like you want to do.
All right, court's in session. All right. You are tried guilty. I'm kidding. I don't know. Evil. No. You have been arrested under the pretenses that you've been illegally pirating copies of Wizard 101, which is a free online game, but you've been illegally pirating them and making it Pirate 101. Can you
Sir,
please elaborate on that?
I think I didn't do it. I was I
Take your time. Say it with me together. I am
am
guilty.
Your Honor,
What do you want?
Your Honor, if I'm...
What? Speak.
Oh.
Speak. Spoke.
That's it.
I,
Help out, man.
I don't.
Your Honor,
Yes.
my client has paid me a lot of money to say he did not pirate Wizard 101. He wizard Pirate 101.
Well, did
know,
you?
I really
You're gonna have to speak up, Sonny.
I really like pirates. All right.
You're gonna have to speak up, Sonny.
I really like pirates.
Okay. Well, in that case.
And
I swear to God, you say and one more.
with I don't know wizards.
Mr. Lawyer,
I've never.
Mr. Lawyer, can I speak to you for just a second?
Yeah, of course.
How much did he pay you?
A lot.
Like,
He paid me like $10.
come on. This isn't even a real... It's not even that big of a deal. He's just standing there like he pissed his pants.
Yeah.
All he did was pirate Wizard 101 and turned it to Pirate 101. I don't see the huge deal. He's just sitting there stammering like he killed someone.
It's my pants.
He's stammering like he killed someone.
Your Honor,
It's my pants
Your Honor,
and killed someone.
my
May I
client
motion for
has
recess?
made a motion.
What?
Do you approve of this motion?
Well, he certainly is moving right now. He's actually jumping off the table. I guess since he's already moving, you can go ahead and move.
All right. Your Honor, I need to confess something.
Oh, okay. Speak.
The moment I walked into this courtroom, I knew I was under guilty conscience. I ain't never told nobody this in my life, but I think I'm in love
Uh,
with my lawyer,
so.
and I didn't know how else. I didn't know how else to pop the question. Mi- Will you?
Your Honor, Your Honor,
You have the floor, Mr. Lawyer.
if court could be reset until further notice, I'd like to talk to my client.
All right. Court is in recess.
John, what are you doing?
I'm playing the old sneakeroo, you know? Making.
That's illegal.
What are you talking about?
It's a cop.
Huh?
It's
No,
a cop.
I'm just. No, it's creating pity. It's not, well, maybe not pity, but sim- it's creating a special moment to where you feel bad if you. I don't know what he's talking about. I've never pirated games in my life. I just play pirate games. So I don't know who I am. I don't know why I'm here.
You should tell him that.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think if I plead insanity, this will be all over with?
What? Whoa.
I
Where'd
just
this come from?
look. I don't know why I'm here. All right. I frankly I don't know a lot.
Uh.
But what I do know is that I'm not what you says I am, and I'm never gonna be another man.
Your Honor, I'm ready to resume this.
Okay.
So, in conclusion, we all have our battles of Waterloo. We just gotta know when to. And I urge, nay, beg the jury to let me go. I don't pirate. I am a pirate. At least that's what I tell myself when I pop on my laptop and I game. And I just game until my fingers bleed. And it's the only thing I have left. And now I'm being taken to jail, where I will have nothing but the clothes on my back and the pants on my back. So, Your Honor, if you would please
Say no
consider
more.
the following.
Say no
Pee your
more.
pants.
Wait. What did you just tell me to do?
I said, please consider the following and let me go.
Mr. I don't know what they call it, what the guy who does the describing. Mr. Scribe? Mr. Scribe, could you please play that back?
Consider the following. Pee your pants.
Get out.
But Your Honor,
Get out.
he did not say that.
I don't want to hear it. Get out.
So what
But
does this mean?
No.
Oh, what's the verdict?
No, get out.
You're wait.
Oh,
There's no verdict. Just
John,
get out.
John, let's go.
wait.
I
Let's get out of
want
here,
to see your face.
John.
Get out.
All right. I'm out.
I will get you.
I think that's seed.
And Jesus Christ. That was fucking weird.
So during that, because I was literally like slamming my table, my brother walked in and was like, "Stop slamming the table, dude."
I heard that. Dude, at some point during the podcast, I just hear screaming from outside of my room, and I don't know what's going on.
No.
Oh.
I don't know what's happening.
The children.
The children are alive.
Is there another scenario you guys want to do, or
Oh man.
I don't know. Maybe not. Unless they want to do one more.
I don't know. I'm kind of lost.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what other characters I can play. I've got Brooklyn Guy, and I've got. That's about it. Sorry, if you'll excuse me for a second, I just dropped my Raycon earbud.
oh,
Not a sponsor. Where did the other one go? Uh-oh.
well,
There it is. Okay. So I guess we can include this segment in. How was your guys' week since the last podcast?
Oh man. It's been kind of the usual, if I'll be honest. Even
Yeah.
though we have finals, our final exam, nothing really.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's cool. Speaking of finals, I don't know. I think the way finals have been structured has been kind of weird. 'Cause,
Oh
like
yeah.
some classes are like, "Yo, you can take the final whenever, just get it done," and others are like, "Yeah, the final was like 3 weeks ago."
big think.
Big thonk. John, how's your week been?
I mean, same old, same old. I mean, I guess the only thing different is that I did take finals, and so
Okay.
it's like we're edging like the near end point, like cause like, I guess school technically ends next week.
Mm-hmm.
I have one more final before that, which is on Monday, and I'm just trying to get through it.
Yeah. Fair. Yeah, I've been. What's it? I have a paper-ish thing due Monday, along with a couple other assignments, and then I'm pretty much done. This week has been relatively okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a bit of a tough time sleeping last night because my mom was out of town to look at a house.
Oh.
Yeah, and left the dog here because normally my dog sleeps in her room with his own little bed, but
Right.
when she's not home, he has no idea how to function, so he just latches on to me or my brother, and kind of just like goes along with it, and so he slept with me, and oh my god, he's a pretty small dog, but he just takes up so much. Like, I definitely remember waking up at like various points in the night because he moved and like needed to get comfortable, and so I didn't really feel like I went to bed last.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I woke up at like 7:45 naturally this morning,
Mm,
which was definitely different than what I had been doing.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna kickstart like a change in my sleep schedule. I don't think it will, to be honest.
There is
That's
no,
another.
there is no try, only do.
There is no try, only don't. But yeah, no, I think dude has been very weird.
Yeah.
'Cause I think, like, I'm like, obviously I'm used to kind of like like when I'm on break, my sleep schedule gets kind of like weird, but it doesn't feel like I'm on break, and I don't think it's gonna feel like I'm on break at this point.
Hmm.
Because I'm really just ready to like jump back into the swing of things, and I want to like be a productive member of society and like be accountable and stuff again.
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah. When we got quarantined, it felt more like summer at home
Yeah,
and not really like, okay, we're still in school.
it felt like that weird limbo. It was like I didn't feel like break, but I also didn't feel like school. It felt like I literally had nothing to do, but then I like had things to do. But my mind's
Mm.
like, I don't think so.
And to think, we have another 3 months of this,
Well,
give or take.
kinda. They're like they're doing the phases and stuff now. So I think for us, phase 1 is gonna be over in
Well,
like
phase
2
one's
weeks,
over,
and
over
so
soon, yeah.
phase 1 is gonna be over soon.
Phase two's like,
And then we can start like some things will start opening back up.
mm-hmm.
And like phase 1, it's like still like no more than 10 people in a group, um, that are non-relatives. I want to say.
Yeah,
I think it's no more than 10. And then once phase 2 ends, I think it jumps to 50.
No, phase 2 is 50 people.
That's what I'm saying.
Ah.
Or did I say it once phase 2 ends?
Yeah, I would say when it ends.
No, because once you go into phase 2, then
Well, phase 2 is
phase 1 ends.
Yeah,
Or
phase
unless are we going into phase 1 or are we?
We're going into phase 2.
We're going into phase 2. So
Yeah.
like some things will open up, and
Yeah.
like it's still gonna be 10 per, like 10 for like a group. And then once phase 3, I think it's up to 50.
Correct?
Which
Question mark.
I'm not sure if I'm correct, but
If you're in northern
I think-
Virginia, or if you're in Virginia, just Google it.
honestly, yeah, or wherever you are, if somehow we've reached past Virginia.
Well, I know, like different states are already like trying to open up.
Oh, I'm not a big fan of that because that's just going to. We haven't fixed anything, so what's the point in opening things yet?
Yeah.
That's
I-
like.
Without
I don't
getting
know.
too much into politics, I think it's more of a matter of just there's too many people complaining.
Yeah, I guess. But if like people use, because I mean, there's like an analogy that I'm kind of like pairing it more towards. Like, let's say there's a metro line that's busted, and like some maintenance on the track needs to be done, and it's gonna take a. But then people get mad, like, oh, I need to go to work, so let's reopen that line and let it keep going as maintenance is.
Mm.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think there's a parallel there. I don't know. To me, it's, and I know like, actually, you know what's interesting? The problem is I really reason with the other side, because normally I've been able to like see where the other side is coming from in terms of like left versus right and stuff. Like I've been pretty good about trying to see where the other side is coming from, and I legitimately cannot for this one.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, it's
Like, I don't know. It's just reading a bunch of. It's just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I guess it's what all like anyone with a platform has like a quote unquote responsibility to say is just do your part, and it'll be over soon. And it like obviously it's gonna not be great. It's not ideal at all. But I think doing things for the greater good of the country rather than this like newfound individualism,
mhm.
which like obvious like not like individualism like separate yourself from the rest, but like individualism to only operate in the way that only benefits you.
Yeah.
That's something that's I've definitely seen come up more and more as like a young adult, and even in these times. Like there's a level of selfishness that you can have, and there's a level of selflessness that you should have, and it's just equilibrium.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's my political spiel for the podcast.
Well, speaking of spiel, it's looking like it's like the end, towards the end of our time that we have. If you you guys want to say anything before we close?
I think I'm good.
I've been streaming a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I've been
Watch his streams. There
yeah,
you go.
watch my stream.
What are you playing?
So, have y'all heard a little something called speed running?
Oh,
Anyway,
immediate journal.
Just no.
and the conversation is over. No, so I like last night as I was like trying to go to sleep, I had this kinda not epiphany, but like a realization that hey, speedrunning communities exist in like the unlikeliest places. I wonder if there's a speedrunning community for the Papa Louie franchise.
Oh no.
And so I went and researched it, and it just so happens that yes, there is a community for speedrunning the Papa Louie games. I have been streaming Papa's Wingeria like before I like researched speedrunning as just like kind of just like me chilling out and like playing a game that I liked because I genuinely enjoy playing the Papa Louie franchise a lot.
Yeah.
But I saw that there's a speedrunning community, and now I'm kind of like getting myself into it because I've got nothing better. And so I've been streaming some of my runs. I'm going to start streaming probably more often now because I've found something that I really like to stream. Because before I would like struggle to come up with ideas for streaming and some like streaming content that I want other people to see and not just streaming for the sake of just putting the camera on and like go.
Mhm.
So yeah, I've been streaming some of that speed running and stuff. I'm trying to like I don't know, we'll see. We could set a record. I doubt cuz
I'm
I don't know
hopeful.
if you guys know. But the world record for Papa's Wingeria is 18 minutes and 59 seconds. And that is insane. I watched the person do it, and I have no idea how he maneuvers that fast. Like, I have no idea how a man can operate that screen like that so fast. But,
Yeah.
oh no! Anyway. Yeah. I'm starting to do that on twitch.tv/Nicholas Graz. It'll be one of the first links in the description. Yeah.
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 Yes.
Okay. Okay, I think we're gonna call it a wrap here. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
See you next week, maybe with a guest. Who knows?
Who knows?
Mhm. Alrighty. Thanks for listening, everyone.